Welcome back to the Whisky Couch with South Africa's very own whisky couple. Next to me,
Elna.
And myself, Gustav.
And you are watching Whisky Tasting and Food Pairing Review number 196.
We are whisky watching.
Whisky watching.
Watching whisky. Whisky watching and watching whisky. This is the highlight of our day.
Yes.
Making this video and sharing with you our findings on our journey with whisky. And today, lots of excitement. Because a brand new bracket of 5 cask strength whiskies, and they're all lined up here behind us, but the very first one that we are kicking off this bracket is the Aberlour Abuna from the Aberlour Distillery.
Wonderful. And this distillery was founded in 1879.
1879, situated in the very well-known Speyside region. Maybe I must just pick up my map here. There we go. Scotland map. Lowlands, Highlands, Speyside region. Slap bang in the middle there is the Aberlour Distillery. And they are owned by the Chivas brothers, part of the Pernod Ricard group. And I think France is their biggest market. Aberlour's biggest market, France, of course.
Wow.
But Elna, let's get to the whiskey. Look at this. Cask strength Aberlour Abuna. Abuna, of course, is a Gaelic word that means of the origin. Look at that. And we are doing batch 51. There's a whole number of batch releases. I think every year a new batch release. And today we are doing batch 51.
And it's got an ABV of 60.8%. And that's
Whopping.
a wow. Yeah, that's
Whopping wow
Oh,
whiskey.
yes.
ABV. Normally 43%, but this is above the 60%. Matured exclusively in Spanish Oloroso sherry buds. No chill filtration, no coloring added. This is as natural as it
Beautiful.
gets directly from the cask.
wonderful. A beautiful color.
Look at this
Wonderful
color.
colour.
I agree with you. Isn't it just
Gorgeous.
amazing? A deep, rich amber as described by the gift tube that you will see here behind Elna.
One just wants to taste it because the color is so inviting.
It does, it does invite you. A dark color normally is more inviting than a very pale color for me personally.
That's true. No, that's true.
Oh, this nose. Dark, rich sherry.
I get dates. Dates.
Already from the nose, you realize this is a sherry bomb like no other.
And then mixed spices.
Layers. I'm picking up layers.
Yeah.
I get the sherry, and like you said, the spices, and then there's a citrus marmalade.
One must spend a little bit of time on the nose because it keeps on. There's the whole time there's different.
Developing almost.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting molasses.
Yes.
Dark molasses. Caramelized sugar.
Dark chocolate. Dark bitter chocolate. I would say dark bitter chocolate.
And what is interesting for me is the immense richness of this whiskey is completely masking the 60.8% ABV, because I don't feel it on the nose at all.
No, not yet.
I was expecting a slight alcohol burn, but it's
No alcohol.
not at all there. Shall we go for this?
Yes.
Are you ready for 60.8%?
Let's go.
Here we go. Slange it. Full bodied. Full bodied, that's what comes to mind immediately.
Creamy.
Yes, full bodied, creamy, layers of flavor, rich, warm sherry. It's like a glow in your mouth.
Get ginger. Strong ginger. But also other oak spices, but ginger is more prominent.
And the citrus marmalade that I got on the nose is on the palate as well, but it's almost like it's caramelized. I don't know if you can caramelize orange marmalade, but that's what I'm what I'm getting. And I'm sitting here now, I'm getting the dried fruit is coming through.
I get the bitter, I would say bitter cherry chocolates. The dark chocolate bitter, but the bitterness.
There's no mistaking that this is a very high ABV on the palate.
But very soothing, very creamy.
Surprisingly smooth for 60%.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting caramelized Muscovado sugar. That brown sugar that's tangy and toffee-like, but caramelized.
At the beginning, the ginger was more prominent than the oak spices, but now the oak spices are more prominent than the ginger. Ginger is not that wow anymore. It's more subtle now, the oak spices coming through.
I must agree with you. The sweet sherry flavors are sort of dusted by oak spices, and it brings quite a nice balance. In terms of the finish, I agree, and I normally don't agree with what the gift tubes say, but this time around I agree when it says it's robust. It is intense, it is bittersweet, spices, chocolate and oak. It summarizes the finish for me perfectly. 60.8%, here we go. Definitely a few drops of water. I read that someone said because of the high ABV you can add a few drops of water and taste it, add a few drops of water until you reach your personal sweet spot where it just matches your palate. So a few drops of water, and I think I can add even more. Oops, there we go. A few drops of water, slight oiliness appearing there on the glass. Look at this color. It is a deep, deep, deep sherry brown color. Just gonna add one more drop. What is the nose like after a drop of water? Citrus chocolate.
Still smooth. It's still smooth.
Citrus sherry chocolate.
Yeah, the sherry is very prominent.
This is now very interesting. The very rich sherry aromas are now toned down a little bit, and suddenly the high ABV is reaching your nose.
Yeah, but it's not disturbing. It's
not a bother.
No,
it's smoother, even smoother on the palate now. A bit more pepper and spice.
I would say citrus chocolate with very rich sherry. The sherry is prominent, but still the citrus chocolate, but still dark chocolate. The dark bitter chocolate, but with citrus.
This can be a wonderful adventure. Adding a few drops of water, tasting what one discovered, adding a few drops of water, tasting what is discovered, because I think every few drops of water will open up almost like a new layer. Shall we get to the summary?
Yes.
The summary of this fantastic dram, I would say dark citrus chocolate, like you said, filled with sherry liqueur almost.
Okay.
And dusted by peppered spice. I would say that is the closest that I'm going to get.
Yeah, that will conclude it.
And the price in South Africa, 1,100 Rand, and in the UK around £60, and in the US around $80. But the price currently, of course, on the rise. There's a steep rise in the price of the Aberlour Abuna. Pairing this fantastic dram, this rich sherried full body dram with a food snack, we have decided to go for nothing other than beef steak pie. Look at that.
The traditional one.
A creamy beef steak pie. You've got to have a look at this from every angle. Beef steak pie. And I think this is going to be just fantastic. I want to break out in a song. This is going to be Fantastic.
You're looking forward to this.
I'm looking forward to
the whole
this.
day.
And it's winter here in South Africa, so the pie cools down so quickly it's almost cold already. We're going to have to heat it up again and do this all over. What do you think?
We can do that.
Here we go. Beef steak pie. Creamy beef steak pie.
Definitely creamy.
The richness explodes. There's a
Yes.
slight saltiness in the beef steak pie, and it just enhances everything in this whiskey. There's nothing that clashes. I just want to do this over and over and over.
And it still stays smooth.
This is fantastic.
This is really good.
No doubt in
This
my
is
mind
really
that this
good whiskey.
pairing is an absolute solid 5 out of 5 pairing for me.
I would agree, 10 out of 10.
Beef steak
But
pie.
this is absolutely gorgeous whiskey.
Yeah, Aberlour. I was thinking that maybe you would hesitate because of the high ABV. So I must say, well done.
No, I must say, this really, I enjoy this very much. I like this whiskey.
So until the next video, the second in this mini-series on cask strength whiskies. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful adventure. If you like this, click the like button, subscribe to our channel, invite your friends, and we'll see you in the next video. Slàinte.
Slàinte.